The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Friday night here on the House of Stein YouTube channel. We have a quick and easy and fun show tonight, and we get to talk about a couple of really cool things tonight. So welcome, everybody. Red Hood cannot make it tonight because Red Hood is chilling with all the boys in Alabama here, documenting the craziness that is the Huntsville Comic-Con with Mark Spears' first convention since Monsters has hit. And look at this stuff, man. Did you see these yet, Stein?
No, I haven't seen this yet. I haven't been on Instagram at all.
Bro, wait till you see this picture. So
I can't believe that's his first con, though. That's crazy.
Isn't this nuts, dude? So check
and
this
he's sitting
out.
next to Claremont and Kevin Eastman. And yeah.
How in the world did Huntsville get those kind of names?
So where he is sitting, all right, is kind of interesting. They have him in this area. It's like off to the side. So check this out. This is Mark's area.
It's Mark. It's Mark. Hey, can I have this? Can you sign it? To Red Hood?
Mark, are those something like merch?
See how it is? It's set up. It's got like he's along the line. There's like their main guests all have like these blue banners behind them, and he's sitting next to the voice of Lino, Larry Kinney of Thundercats, and on the other side of him is Chris Claremont, I think, and a couple actors. And okay, so I'm going to show you some funny pictures. Check this out.
So you saw the stand-ups?
No, I actually just.
So this is before the show, and this is the guys just helping Mark set up.
Bro, that's awesome.
Maybe one day I had a full-size Wolfman in my
Here,
display.
smile, Mark.
Oh, dude, shit.
Alabama. Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Did you show your wife the cups you had made?
Shout out, that's John Ramirez, aka Heroes Reborn Comics.
I told her, I said, you made it. I said, I didn't get that.
Big leg.
The one maybe give to her. And,
Yeah, I told her about them this morning and the wristbands. But I was like,
So anyways, you see the setup. Check this out, bro. So they start the con starts, and look what happens, dude. This is nuts. This is the line all the way outside for Mark Spears. Look how far back it goes.
That's just for Spears?
Yeah. At the start of the con.
Isn't that insane?
Good for him.
Yeah.
Right? That's fucking awesome, dude.
hits that guy's name last night.
And you can see it like where all those people are standing is.
Can you sign it? Hey, can I have this? Can you sign it? To Red Hood?
See, they're all out those doors right there. The line went all the way from his table, like 10 tables down, and all the way throughout those doors. If anybody was there that's in the chat right now, let us know. Let us know how it was. If anybody got anything, we talked about it kind of before the show. There's books that he released there that he hasn't released anywhere else. And those books are going to be hot, this weekend and next week. You watch.
But But no worries, you know, they didn't even promote Spurs being at this convention. So, but you know, he no one's there to see him at all. You know, they're gonna stick him in Artist Alley with that kind of line.
So look at this. This is kind of cool. Check this out.
Hey, Mark.
Let's go, baby.
What's up, Web?
Mark's taking pictures of the line.
Oh man,
Look at that.
this is what I dream of. Oh, let's see what we can do.
I told you it was going to be busy. Told you.
Love you. I feel like we're about.
Look at that, dude. That's cool. Look at this picture right here.
Cool.
Look at this picture right here. Look at this. This is the start, right as they started, and they started letting people up. So I think that's Mark's son, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, but I know Mark's son and his wife were going to be there to help him. Hood sitting next to Mark, like, you know, getting all the books ready for Mark. You know, pretty smart to have a presser sit there and make sure everything is good to go, put it back in the thing. But look at who's next to him. He's got Larry Kenny next to him, and there's Larry just like looking over like, yeah, this is going to be a crazy con, man. Yeah, you know. Booker T is on the other side. It's just it's pretty cool, and everybody was super stoked to be there. And from what it sounded like, you know, it's been a lot of fun. And it's not over yet. I know there's tons of people that are still. That's not his son. Okay. I apologize then. I know his son was supposed to be there. So
This is why I wore my Monster shirt. You know, Mark had this custom made in Japan, and then it got flown out here. So, because you know I couldn't make it to the con, so
it's crazy, man. Absolutely,
it's so crazy that he's getting Super 7 shirts made now. You know,
he had shirts there. People could buy Monsters shirts. Look at this. He's got shirts behind Hood. There's shirts behind Hood. See? So people could buy shirts. He had $10 books if people wanted to buy $10 books instead of, you know, buying some of the really expensive stuff, you know, to get signed. He had some crazy stuff. Look at this is the last thing I'll show.
Yeah, we would be going crazy right now.
This is the last thing I'll show for tonight. We'll spend more time on it, I imagine, this weekend. But check this out.
And it was like so when it.
You know, he's got 9 9s. He's got a 10.
crazy.
Yeah. So he's got some big boy books there for sale, and some really rare. There's some really rare. He's doing sketch covers. Yeah. He's got the Mad Hatters. It's gonna be very interesting to see how everything went and how some of those. There was books that were limited to like 50 that he only sold either to his. He made some available to his fans in a special Discord crew that they have, and then he brought the rest to the show. So. Pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. And I'm sure we'll see him on the list tonight at some point. It's kind of hard not to see Mark on a hot list, right? It's just the way it is.
I mean, that's why I was prepared. You know, wearing my Monster shirt. I figured he would be the talk of the town.
Yeah.
I mean, that check finally cleared. So.
Well, we got to get into the show, ladies and gentlemen, and we got to start it the right way with our Whoa/Blow books of the week. Prodigal Son number 2, the Greg Krivak 1 in 5 variant, just came out recently, right? Was it this week?
This week, yes, this week. And this thing is gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful.
I mean, I don't know if it's I mean, I don't know if it's AI, but it's so good that it looks like it almost has to be.
It is good,
But I
dude.
don't know.
But AI is being so good now, it's hard to tell what it is and what isn't anymore.
It is. It really is. I will say, and I was telling the guys this before the show started, I don't normally buy books, especially the week that they're out. But I did see that this one there wasn't really any for sale on eBay, but you could still buy it at the big retailer for $5. I mean, it's a gorgeous cover. It's just so good looking.
Have you ever heard?
I have a thing for like Western stuff too. Anyway,
you ever heard of
that
Thunder
big
Comics?
retailer in the Big Apple?
yeah, the one.
Who is this? You ever heard of Thunder Comics? I never heard of Thunder Comics either. Very interesting. A very dope cover for sure.
People are asking in the chat if it's Zaf.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I saw this art on Fiverr the other day, so
Wow. So that leaves us with one more. Oh, that blows. That blows. Now we've got two this week. Suggestions from where? Who suggested these ones? Yee?
Boom, me.
Nice, nice. What is this one?
This is Gia Rim issue #1. Don't ask me what it's about. I found the random publisher and I was like, "Hey, this looks kind of weird. I don't know what I'm looking at. I see guns. Is it the person's brains being blown up? I don't know. You tell me."
Almost looks like the guns are like X-rays, right? It kind of looks cool.
They're very tiny. That's what she said.
Yes. To both of you.
How did you pronounce that?
Gia Rim? I don't. Is that right?
I have no idea.
Graham?
I
Looks like a burn victim.
I don't know what I'm looking at here. It's so confusing.
It's rough, right?
Yeah, that's why I figured it'd be a good blow book.
Well, we got two this week. Arsenic Lullaby.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So I almost chose the A cover for this because it's like some guy choking a baby, and then I saw, and I found this cover instead, which was I think this is like a variant or something like that.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
I'm good with the obscure. I mean, I did major in art history, so that's probably why. But yeah, I don't know. There's something. I feel like the storyline would be interesting for this, but the covers on this are just horrible. Like
again, what are we looking at here?
I hope it's not what I think it is. Like if the first one was choking a baby, holy moly!
Oh, so you think this might be a fetus or something like that?
Ooh, yeah. Right. What is Arsenic Lullaby about?
Feed
That's
the
kind of
dog.
scary. Yeah.
He's barking at the neighbors outside. Cover Plan B.
Yeah,
Nice.
cover Plan B. Oh my god, man. Jesus. We're definitely not going to get monetized for this episode, Stein. So,
well, also,
my bad. Yeah, because in Texas we can't talk about this kind of thing. So,
Jesus, man, holy cow. Well, that's why. That's kind of the point, though. Of somebody said, "I don't think this comic blows." Flame Brain says, "I don't think this comic blows." That's kind of the point of woe or blow. Sometimes the blow book is so bad it's good,
Yeah.
So Jesus, some of these comments.
Oh man, the chat.
My God,
the chat's
dude.
going fun.
The chat is there goes Stein's beer money. Jesus.
He doesn't need beer money if he can go to the Masters.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the almost 10. Skipping by the dip this week, but By the Dip is hopefully coming back over at Spec Media. We'll see how that plays out. Richie said he's going to hopefully start doing more content soon and start being around more often. We'll see if he gets a chance, and make sure you guys go check that out. We'll be back for more By the Dip next week. Moving on to the Almost 10. Starting off with a perfect way to start off the Almost 10. This book is crazy interesting to me. Did you do much research on this, Stein?
Nope.
Oh, bro, this is very interesting to me. So we've been talking pretty heavy about crowdfunding books and rare stuff. And to me, one place where I think it would be easy to make money off of crowdfunding books is farming collectible homages. Now, you might not like homages, but there's somebody out there that is collecting every Akira homage they can get their hands on. How do I know? Because I used to do it with Spider-Man 1 homages. And there are a couple Spider-Man 1 homages that are impossible to find. And they sell for a ton because people are trying to complete that collection of homages. Well, this is Rockabilly Road Trip #1, the Akira homage variant, which was a Indiegogo book campaign, right? And it ended in 2020, I think May of 2020. Look at this though. Akira stretch goal cover. Akira cover unlocked. You will receive a physical signed copy of the all-new full-color Rockabilly Road Trip Akira alternate cover. 9 claimed.
Wow.
So only 9 people bought it as extras. Now, I don't know if people got it through the regular campaign and that was just an add-on or what, but it says only 9 of these were claimed. That is bonkers if that is true. And if that is true, $150 for this thing is a drop in the bucket, man. How crazy is that?
Well, I mean, even if every single backer got one, right? You're still talking about a book that's less than 150 out there.
Yeah, there was only 121 backers.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the greatest Akira homage. I mean,
No.
I definitely see what it is or whatever, but there's a lot better ones. But I mean, yeah, for completionists, they're definitely gonna probably want this.
Yep. Totally. So, very perfect way to start the Almost 10 off, Stein. I salute you, my friend. That was very interesting. Sometimes you never know what you're going to run into with these Almost 10 lists.
This is the reason why I bought that obscure one from San Diego last year.
Yep.
It's low print run, tuck it away, forget about it 5 years, and then someone's gonna want it.
Yep. Totally. So, all right, moving on to another interesting homage. Was last week that we had the homage to the Superman or the Spider-Man Superman homage that was on last week that was selling for a lot? That was a 1 in 25. Remember that?
The Rogue Sun?
Yeah, the Rogue Sun. This kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Yeah, do you remember this one? This one came
Not
out
at all.
3 years ago. Almost 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Nope. I don't remember this cover coming out.
No.
I don't really either.
So
I
1
mean,
in 50.
were you really paying? Were you paying attention to Batman Incorporated 1 in 50s?
I guess not. I'm surprised that they had a 1 in 50, to be honest.
For an issue 3.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's 130 raw though, and usually Batman variants don't sell that great because they're usually way overprinted.
This is also a first appearance, right? This is that first appearance of that Phantom One character. So I think we talked about this back in the Flipside days. because I remember that character, and I remember, usually when you see this variant or this homage, you kind of think, I'm not a huge fan of 38. You know what I mean? I don't think it's the greatest cover, but this I like because I think that character looks dope, and it's kind of got the old feel. So I could see this being one of the books where there probably was, like you're saying, there probably wasn't very many Batman Incorporated #3, but there could have been. I don't know, a new character. Who knows? He was on the A cover. He was on every cover too. So for that book.
What's up, Chonko?
But how much was this selling for?
130
raw. Wow,
raw.
Crazy.
That's cool.
I hope someone that's watching this either like live or on the rewind is like, I gotta go find my book and sell it. Sell.
Oh yeah. Oh show. Moving on. Frizen. Her old stuff is starting to sell like hotcakes again. And here is a classic Dynamite Vampirella book. A lot of people forget how good those Vampirella books that she was doing back then. I mean, every single one of them was amazing.
Oh, like you were saying is on the Batman Incorporated. Apparently, we talked about it on Drunken Chat.
There we go.
So you have to remember, Brian and I get so stoned on Drunken Chat that
you don't actually remember what happened.
I don't even remember the last time I was on Drunken Chat. I know it's been this year, but
here's what people I think forget also is that since at least when did Tales from the Flip Side start? It was what, 2018? Yeah, 2018, 2017,
before that.
2017, 2013. What was it? Anyways, it's been around for a long time. And back then, I was talking to somebody today about it. Back then, when Flipside was strong, we were doing 7 shows a week on Flipside, and then we would jump to other shows and go hang out. And it was like you were constantly talking about comics every single night.
I remember one week in particular on the Flipside days, I hit the cycle where it was literally like Monday through all week. Like the only show I think I wasn't on was on the Star Wars show on the Sunday.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude.
Yeah, so like I got 6 out of 7. So like,
there's so many books that I'm like, I know we've talked about this before, and this one is absolutely beautiful, and I know we've talked about this one before. But again, it's nice to see some of these crazy raw sales for some of these books coming back to where they used to be.
Yeah, $100 raw for this one. I don't even think this one of the Vampirella run for her. I don't think this one's even close to the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I like the one with the butterflies.
Yeah, I like the one in where she's laying in the pool of blood, but
yes,
that's the one I still kick myself because I could have bought the Virgin out of 50 right off of Dynamite's website and was like,
Is that the one where she has the blade in her mouth or whatever?
That was Red Sonja.
No.
Oh, that
was I bought the Red Sonja one.
Okay.
But I didn't buy I at the same time, that's when I ripped up the one that was the second. I bought the one with the blade in her mouth twice, but because I ripped the one in half. But the Vampirella I could have bought at the same time.
Wow. But we're gonna start seeing some of her. I sold 2 of her. Remember the series The Dreamers? I sold 2 of her Dreamers books for a decent amount, like 40 or $50, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the other week. So a lot of people are looking for her old stuff again, which is cool. Very cool. All right, moving on. This one was one of the toughest books I've tried to find information on. I couldn't find any information on this. Talk Story Illustrated, issue number 3. This is the front cover with the dinosaur. And this back cover with this kid in clown makeup is creepy as all get out, bro.
The dinosaur is weird because it looks like it only has one leg.
Yeah.
Or is the dinosaur humping? It's humping a column.
Or it's got two legs and it's figure skating. I can't tell which. But that clown kid on the back, I don't know what's going on with that thing.
So this is like a famous Hawaiian indie comic series where they would talk about Hawaiian comic creators or comic artists or comics. From what I can tell, that's about all I can find out about this. And this is issue number 3. So if issue number 3 had a crazy sale for what, $100 it sold for?
See,
you said it too. I know.
Yeah, in the chat they even said my surprise. Okay, JC. Literally, when Stein sent the picture of this, he's like, "Isn't this a weird back cover?" And I was like, "Oh, you mean John Wayne Gacy's son?" Question mark.
Yeah.
We need to find out what happened with this kid. I need to find out who he is and where he's at today, or if he's in prison somewhere. I gotta know.
Blind Adam says that's why you never trust a clown. Shout out to Blind Adam, who just went through surgery on one of his eyes to help maybe clear up some, give him a little extra maybe depth perception or something going on there to help him out a little bit. Hopefully you're feeling good, Adam. Good to see you, brother.
Hell yeah.
But $100, man. $100 for this.
Ooh, do you think I should like steal that picture and make it a T-shirt? The House of Stein T-shirt with that clown kid?
Bro, that would be hilarious. I'm sure we could get like some cool filters on it, or to make it look all wicked, or colors, some crazy colors.
Oh man, you know what you need instead? Just get a shirt where it has rainbow suspenders like that.
That would be cool. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who bought this? I want to know who bought this for $100. Please, somebody tell me who bought this.
First Crow cameo. Somebody confirm with James O'Barr. Does this predate Caliber? Is there a Crow cameo in this or something? I imagine there's probably something crazy with this.
Hood bought it.
Yeah.
Hood's in Alabama.
Yeah, he is.
I think he'd be too busy to buy this.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Another interesting Almost 10 book, and I did a little research on this one. Mars Ravello's Darna, issue number 3 from Mango Comics in 2003. Did you do any research on this one here, Stein?
No, you know what I find really weird is I feel like you just wait for me to send you these Almost 10 books just so you can go try and figure things out.
Totally, bro. Totally. 1000%.
And it sends you down so many rabbit holes every single time, too.
It's awesome. I freaking love it. So check this out. So this character, Darna, is a cultural icon born at the same time when the Philippines was struggling to come out of the devastation of World War II. She served as a salve to a country looking for a champion, says Larry V. Sipin. And old school character. There's a bunch of Filipino comics with her in it, and they brought her back.
Is she Filipino?
Yeah, dude.
Because she doesn't really look Filipino.
I believe she's Filipino. Yeah. See, Philippine comics. Look at this one, bro. Holy cow. These are all Filipino comics.
Well, yeah. And then in the Philippines, there's a lot of Spanish influence, too, and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. So, because I think it was like one of their territories at one point in time.
Yeah, this is crazy, dude. Look at some of these old comics. And that's where she comes from, I guess. So, but let me go back to this. So they brought her back in 2003. The Philippines' greatest superheroine returns with this 50th anniversary edition from Mango Comics. So there you go. That is a little background on this Darna issue number 3, which sold for $60 raw. Was it in a good condition?
I have one question. Ferg, did you buy this comic?
He might already own it, bro. He might already own it. It's a pretty cool thing. I love shit like that. I love finding that type of stuff. Stein just pulls them out of thin air. Here you go. Check this one out. So, all right, moving on. We were talking about rare Art Adams books before the show also. And Stein threw this on the list tonight. Avengers Standoff.
But it's not this one.
It's not this one?
It is not this one.
Okay, hold on. While we're talking about this, I'll go look for it because this is absolutely crazy. Avengers Standoff, Assault on Pleasant Hill, Alpha 1, the Art Adams. I thought it was the connecting variant. So this is the connecting variant that we're showing right here. But it wasn't this one. It was, hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Was it from the 2016 run, Stein?
Yeah, this was this is the one issue.
I can't find it, dude. Hold on here. Hold on, I can find it. I know I can find it. Just got to do this.
Yeah, regardless, once he does find it, the fact that an Avengers Standoff book sold for $225 raw is insane. And it's not even really that good.
It's just an open order book too?
No. I know this variant, I don't know. I think it's an exclusive. But I'm not 100. Don't quote me on that because I don't think I've ever.
Dude, I can't find it. Where is it? I can't see. I don't even see this book.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back and find it.
This is crazy. Because we were talking today. I found this Infinity number 1 Art Adams variant, and I didn't realize how ghost it was. And I went to go sell it in a sale, and nobody bought it in a sale. And then I looked it up while I was at the sale. I'm looking it up. I'm like, dude, this thing is freaking rare. I'm just gonna send this in to get graded. And these are the type of rare Art Adams stuff that you can find out there. Yeah, Alpha has the left side of the connecting, which isn't as good as the right side, but they're good books. Put it in the private chat there, Stein, when you find it. $225 raw for this book. All right, hold on. We got to see what's coming up here. All right, here we go.
Roof.
I know. I gave him a treat and everything.
In great.
This is the book that Stein is talking about. Really? Wow. Yep. That is Art Adams.
I told you it's not great though. I mean, that's what was so confusing.
$225 raw.
Yep.
So people are smoking crack?
Unreal.
So Justin, I've offered 1,000 times to send Bryan photos before the show, but I think he likes to try and find them. I think he just likes to.
He's hunting for the books, you know. He's digging through the internet.
I don't think people realize how it works though. Like, I like when Stein sends me photos, but I like to get photos from a certain site because I like them all to be a certain in certain like resolutions and stuff for the templates that I make for the OBS. So, you know, and sometimes I just think I know what I'm looking for, but yeah, that one, I like this one better. I like this one better. It has miles on it.
Brian, so basically, Brian's a photo snob.
I am a photo snob. I'm terrible, dude. But Art Adams, man, it's crazy. You never know. Moving on to a cover I know I hopefully found the right one with. This was one that I couldn't find it at first because I didn't know what I was looking for. And then I realized, okay, it's a Halloween, Freddy, Jason, Texas Chainsaw Massacre cosplay variant. Dan Mendoza, Zombie Tramp issue number 3 from the 2014 run, which was, I think, volume 3 or 4. And this one is another, I believe, a retailer. Was it a retailer exclusive on this one too? Limited to 500. Maybe. Stein? Did he freeze up on me? Stein froze up on me and Yee walks away. Perfect timing. All right, there he is. Was this a
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Was this a retailer exclusive? See, this is how it works, you guys. We can hear you, brother. Can you not hear me? This was a retailer exclusive. Limited to 500. Sold raw for $135 this week. Stein has to reboot. Yeah.
He's glitching in the Matrix.
He is glitching in the Matrix. Let me let him know.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear us? Okay.
Yeah.
There we
Sweet.
go.
I need a new computer.
Either that or your kids are rocking it on Marvel Rivals tonight.
I think everybody's in bed.
Oh, I'm not surprised. It is almost midnight right now, but
that's like peak gaming hours.
I know, right? I know. There's a lot of
Are you
really.
Are you sure you're raising your kids right to play video games and like do nerdum stuff? Like, I'm not sure now.
There's a lot of really tough Zombie Tramp variants that are out there that you'd never know are crazy rare. And here's one limited to 500.
I got one in a Stein pack once.
Oh, yeah.
You did? What'd you get?
I don't remember. It was signed.
It was signed? By
Yeah.
who?
It was, one of the creators, I think, or something like that.
Okay. So I'd never gotten a book signed.
It was a CBC. It was a CBCS.
So I must have bought it somewhere. Oh, I remember buying at a store. I do remember buying something like that, but I don't remember which book or why.
I still have it somewhere, so I have to go find it. But
oh, the Reds winning now? They were tied when I stopped watching. I got too involved in trying to see if Shador is going to get drafted or not.
Yeah, I feel bad for that kid. Moving on to Batman Beyond issue number 1. This is a sneaky one that I think a lot of people would pass up if they saw it in a back issue bin. This is a 1 in 25 J.H. Williams that I would not expect to be selling for $100 plus.
Yeah, $100 for this one. Man, this is what, the second series of Batman Beyond?
Yes.
The
third?
Yeah. Well, is this the one after the miniseries?
That's what I don't.
Yes, it is the one after the miniseries. So I think it's the third. Remember they did like a 1 through 4 or something like that? You remember that?
Yeah, I can't remember. I remember the ones had the bullet, and then this one's got the DC with the like with the oval.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe is it the second? I don't remember.
There was an unlimited series in between, says Patrick.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember the unlimited one. Okay,
there you go.
But yeah, 1 in 25. and Batman Beyond was not really sought after back then. So $100 for this one.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's very interesting. I would pass this up every day if I didn't see it on the show. Moving on to a really cool one that also surprised me. Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 24. Now, Stein just threw on cover A, which is very surprising. It's a very good cover, and I understand why it's selling that for that much, but this also has a really good cover B that's selling for the exact same amount. And these are both just cover A's and B's. And how much are they selling for, Stein?
65.
Wow.
Which one's the A cover?
The A cover is the split.
Okay.
Yeah, the B cover is the video game one. Or the 8-bit, I guess.
No, it's Sega, so it would have been 16-bit.
Yeah. Both of them are great. I love covers that have all the characters on it. I love that. It's super dope.
I just had to. Sorry.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, that's what happens when you work in tech, you know? It's all ones and zeros, baby.
That's true. That is true. I wouldn't have, I don't know. I don't think there's anything specific that goes on in this issue though, right?
Sonic fans out there, let us know. You never know. There's probably some new character in it. If both of them are 65, I mean, I understand why they're both great covers, and people are going to go crazy for them. But $65 plus for both of them, just being A and B covers, no, not ratios or anything.
That's what's going to happen in movie 4, and I still haven't seen the first 3.
You haven't seen the Sonic movies?
Mm-mm.
Oh, they're actually very enjoyable to watch.
That's what I keep on hearing. So I should definitely check that out. I'll make that my new homework assignment of movies I need to watch. Oh, that might be a good segment. Movies Aaron needs to watch that he hasn't seen. Because I saw Goonies finally. So
did you?
Yeah.
When did you see that finally?
Probably like a month or 2 ago.
What did
you think?
I think I would have enjoyed it as a kid, and it's a little dated now, in my opinion. Watching it in 2025 or 2024 or whatever, like
yeah, it was
that's fair.
Awesome as a kid, man. It was so good.
I see. I think I just barely missed that cutoff. You know what I mean? Like if I had hung out with older kids when I was younger, instead of being the oldest kid, in that kind of situation, so.
Yeah, it'd be a little different now because basically they could just take their cell phones and find.
And
find the ship.
But not even like thinking in that kind of, that mentality or whatever. But appreciating it for the time period, right?
Yeah.
But there's definitely probably stuff I shouldn't have watched when I was a kid. Like, I do remember watching Revenge of the Nerds at probably way too young of an age.
I did too. I remember my uncles and my dad all watching that, and me being in the room, and my mom being like, "What are you doing? Letting him watch that?" And just a little kid.
You know what's so weird about Revenge of the Nerds, and this is not what you should remember about Revenge of the Nerds. How did that car, when they drove to college, it had cruise control? That movie came out in like 1984, 83.
Yeah.
How did it have cruise control?
Was it a caddy, bro, back then? Maybe the caddies had cruise control.
No, it was like a station wagon or something like that.
Yeah. Like I don't think any of my parents' cars had like cruise control until like the 90s.
Oh. Did my mom's 79 Camaro have cruise control on it?
Yeah, see, Brad, I told you that's not what I should be remembering about that movie.
I remember boobies. That's all I remember.
General Motors cars got cruise control about 79.
They had cruise control in the 60s. What?
Maybe I was just poor.
I I remember growing up in Arizona with my mom's car didn't have air conditioning in it. In Arizona.
Oh,
fuck that.
dang.
Anyways,
That's
moving
like,
on.
That's like child abuse now.
I know, right? With probably, I love Ben for this, but I also hate Ben for the Almost 10 because he puts books that are on my want list that I don't want anybody to know else that I'm looking for it because I don't want to show other people that it's out there. I need this book. There's a couple of these I want to believe variants for X-Files, if I remember correctly. And this one is, they're all tough to find, but I got to find this one. This is X-Files Season 10, Issue number 1, the Retailer Incentive cover. Tough book.
Yeah, a VF copy sold for 100. And I don't know. I loved X-Files, loved it. Even my wife watched it with me. Late in the run or whatever, but because we've been married for like 100 years. But
you look good for your age.
Hey, thanks, appreciate that. If you've ever not thought about X-Files, like the variants, man, there are some great variants. Issue 3 of this has the Smoking Man on it. It is by that Minton, I think, artist. It's gorgeous. I mean, it is beautiful. Oh my gosh, there are some really, really, and they're just literally impossible to find.
Yeah, in a big way. It's great stuff, man. There's a lot of those. I even like the ones in like these ones. The blank covers, like the -1 cover, and then there's a
back in the tops old days.
Yep. And then there's another
limited
one.
to 100,000 copies.
Oh yeah, bro. And then there's this one that's a all black cover, and that was before they were doing those sketch covers, back in the day. -2, and there's a -1. Red tops, 1996, you guys. So I always look for those to try and get like alien sketches.
What 100,000 limited to is.
I know, right? It's crazy, dude. Nuts.
Now, what's weird about that Season 10 is there was some Hastings variants.
Yep.
That look gorgeous, but I can't believe how much some of those sell for. That
I love Hastings variants.
Yeah.
I love finding them, rather. How about that?
And they went through what? There was, let me see. How many? 25 issues of this book. And there's the first, there's that. I mean, look how good that is, dude. It's so good. This one right here. Then Third Eye with the crazy snakes.
Oh, so I have a tip from Longshort, because we were talking about this yesterday. He was just like, Brian.
Look at that. Look at that number 3, that Minton 3 Smoking Man cover. It is just so, it's so not that one, but
not that one.
Issue number 3. No, issue number 3.
This one right here.
There. Yes. Look at that.
They're both good, dude.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
So Longshort was saying that, like, he's like, I'm no longer afraid about talking about books I've always wanted on these shows. And the reason why is sometimes once you start talking about it, they start like appearing. Like, like where he runs into it in the wild, they pop up online for cheap for whatever reason. So it's like kind of like shaking the tree, right? Or like, yeah.
There's a couple books out there that that I know that there's a couple people looking for, and I've been looking for them forever as well. And when I can't find any information on some of these books, like you can't even find, you can have a hard enough trying to find a photo of them. Mm-hmm. That's when I'm like, I don't want to talk about them, because if one happens to pop up, I don't want to have to like way overpay to get it.
Well, see, I feel like in that situation, that's way different, right? I think it's still like within the realm of like, one does pop up to market every so often instead of like, does this book even exist? Kind of question.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
So love it. Great stuff. Absolutely amazing. $100, very fine. Tough book. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Almost 10. Come hang out with us tomorrow night on Beyond Wednesdays for Modern Comic Mayhem, where I'm sure we're going to be talking about Alabama some more, and who knows whatever else is going on tomorrow night. And yeah, check it out.
You're gonna talk about Alabama with Nate on the panel?
Yeah, that's true. But he'll be happy for what we're talking about it for, and we'll have to find out what's going on. Where Shedeur Sanders is falling, if he's even going to get drafted, man. Anyways, moving on to the list. Starting off with our Golden Age honorable mention this week, Roly Poly Comics. Look at this cover. This cover is crazy. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, why is this book selling for something? And then I went, whoa, okay, I get it now.
Isn't it bizarre? Usually, so when I'm looking for, or like trying to find for a little bit of just slight information on prior sales or whatever, I type in the name, and it most of the time like the name pre-populates or whatever because it's still stored in my past history or whatever. I typed in Roly Poly and nothing came. I don't even know if I've ever even heard of Roly Poly Comics. And I know I've never mentioned it before, but yeah, that's literally just a head stuck on a fence.
Yeah.
And the dude's comment is freaking hilarious. It is so funny.
What does he say?
Like, it says,
God blimey. It's a bloody head.
A bloody head. I mean, it's just so funny. Like, oh, there's a head. Yep. Man, that's a brutal cover, but you don't. It's so subtle that you don't really necessarily even realize what you're looking at.
1946.
See, originally I thought it was like the perspective from a roly poly looking at a, I guess and then I realized like, oh wait, that's on the fence.
That's a crazy book.
Yeah, 3.5 sold for almost 8,000 on this.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love these crazy old books that still are just selling for outrageous numbers. Is that an all-time high?
There was a higher grade that sold for over 10, but it's the second highest sale of this in any grade.
Wow. There you go, you guys. Be on the lookout. Roly Poly Comics, issue number 14. Moving on to our regular honorable mention this week, a classic. This is like back when Wizard magazine was around. This was a grail of grails, you guys. Like this was the book that we all went, man, I'll never own one of those. It wasn't Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back then. I mean, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 was like within reach for some people at that time. Cry for Dawn #1 was not. It was a crazy rare book back in the day.
Still is. I mean, I still remember back in the early 90s when all the bad girl stuff started. And, back then we didn't have the internet at all. And I just kept thinking, where would I possibly buy this? Like there was, you didn't have networks to where you could be like, hey, you got any Cry for Dawns? I went to store after store and I'm like, they are like, I don't even know what you're talking about. What book are you saying? Because most places did not carry independents back then.
Did anyone tell you, oh, we don't carry foreign books here?
Yeah, this was a convention monster back in the day, man. And I remember there was for like a couple years, there was just a ton of of fakes on the market, and you used to be able to tell if they were fakes if you saw the little crisscross hatch like in the clouds. There's a way to check to see if you saw like shitty printer crisscrosses in the clouds. It was nuts, man. The amount of fakes that were out there for this book that are probably still out there, I imagine. Some people want the fakes though too. They sell for a lot.
But this one sold for an all-time high this week. 9.8 hit 1,500.
Wow. That's crazy.
Dang, Doc Joe, that was an expensive purchase.
Introduction by Stephen Bissett, classic horror creator. Shout out to Gore Shriek fans. I got a bunch of Gore Shriek signed by Bissett. And of course, Linsner. I mean, Dawn is such a classic character for comics. When did this come out? 1989, man. Right on the cusp of the 90s bad girl explosion. Like her Lady Death, you know, they started it. I mean, the OGs are the Vampirellas and the Elviras and stuff like that. But you know, when the 90s hit with Dawn, Lady Death, it was just bad girl craziness. And then all the younger artists started doing the bad girl stuff. You had the Randy Queen Dark Child. You had the Gen 13 stuff. You had the Frank Cho was doing Liberty. Like it was just hot, turned into hot girls, bad girl, and good girl art, all in the 90s. And this
has there been when's the last time a Dawn book was made?
It's a great question. I remember there was a 9/11 book, wasn't there? I think there was a tribute for 9/11.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Is that the last one that they've?
I can't remember of anything after it.
Which is weird because Linsner's doing all kinds of stuff still.
All kinds, yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't done like a Kickstarter. He's probably done a couple of Kickstarters, you know, I imagine. If there's anybody that's backed any Linsner Dawn's Kickstarters, let us know.
Like not like reprint stuff. Not like, hey, let's do a 30th anniversary reprint. Like an actual like new story or something like that.
So you're saying facsimiles don't count?
No, that's the answer. That is the answer. No.
Look how gnarly that cover is too. That demon, skeletal demon, just creepy. The trade dress, it's dope. Anyways, all right, moving on to number 10 this week. Magic issue number 4, the Rose Besh Virgin 1 in 100, which came out this week as well.
Okay, yeah, it's selling for slightly above ratio. It's like 100 to 110. I'm a little.
You don't have to say it. We all agree. We don't all agree, but a lot of us agree. It kind of makes you wish that the Campbell for this issue might have been the variant instead of the Besh, right?
But it's just weird, right?
Yeah. I like it better with the trade dress.
The Campbell book looks way different than the last time I saw it.
Yeah, this looks way better with the trade dress. Have you seen it with the trade dress?
I do like it with this book with the trade.
Yeah, it looks.
It just is weird. Like it's like almost like she was like, I don't want to draw a face, so I'm just going to put something in front of her face.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it almost looks like she's sucking on a pacifier. I don't know why, but it just looks odd to me.
Cosmic One said I think she's sucking her thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the Campbell one sucks. I think the Campbell one's really good this week. The faces. But yeah. Rose Besh fans, man. There was a Rose Besh book the other week that sold for a ridiculous amount that I just thought to myself, And it's not because Rose Besch is a bad artist. We all know Rose Besch is an amazing artist. But this book was, I couldn't believe what it sold for. I was like, what is going on here? She has her fans, man, in a major way. There's huge Rose Besch fans. And I think that she's kind of started doing like, you see her at more cons and doing like more live sales and stuff. So they see who actually Rose Besch is. And she probably has a bunch of fans just like her, and they'll buy whatever she puts out. So how much is this selling for?
Like 110.
Wow.
I
It's
mean,
a 1 in 100.
So
Yeah. Totally. Interesting.
We're allowed to talk shit on J. Scott Campbell, like if Hood's here or not here, but I was referring to Bicycle Day. Anyways, when I first saw the Magic J. Scott Campbell book, like it definitely looks way different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not way different. It has cooler effects.
Amen.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 9 this week, a book that I'm not surprised it's on the show because it's awesome. Moonshine Bigfoot, issue number 1, the 1 in 10 Zach Howard variant. Another book that came out this week. This is from Image, new series, and it looks rad. And this is a cool movie poster variant. Awesome.
What is this book about? What is this about?
Moonshine Bigfoot. Let me go ahead and
is
tell
it
you.
just drunk fairy tale monster?
We're going to find out.
Oh. I figured it'd be Bigfoot trucks, like, driving around with moonshine, like sneaking into the next city, like them Duke boys.
Yeah. Buzzard County, 1981. Moonshine Bigfoot spends his days making a living outside while outwitting clueless cops, reckless rivals, and buffoonish Bigfoot hunters. All is hunky-dory until he draws the attention of an Illuminati-esque cabal. With his partner in life and crime, Amethyst, our hairy hero is about to learn that some problems can't be handled just by jumping them with a souped-up Mach 1. So you might be kind of right there, Yee.
I was going to say, that does kind of sound like Duke boys.
Mm-hmm.
It just add in the Illuminati and then boom.
Yeah.
New series. I like it.
Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. How much is this selling for?
Like 20, so like double.
Not bad.
It's only 1 in 10. Who's the publisher on this again?
Image.
Is this an Image book?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Written by Mike Marlowe and Zach Howard, and Zach Howard does the art, and he does both cover A and B. So, pretty cool. Love it. I'll check it out. Moving on to number 8. Wow. Delato, Doom. It's a winner. One World Under Doom, number 3, the Delato Virgin 1 in 100. Awesome.
This looks similar to an older Delato, doesn't it?
Totally. This and
I can't place it.
The Daredevil. Have you seen the new Daredevil he's doing?
I feel like, no, I'm not even thinking like Daredevil. I'm thinking something like several years old.
No, I'm saying he's got a new Daredevil out that it reminds me of the old Delato too. It's really good. I think Delato.
He's doing the same covers in a different perspective.
And now he's back on fire. I don't know what it was. Maybe somebody told him, "Hey, man,
quit chewing it in."
Yeah,
there's competition now.
Yep. Yes, sir. And he said, "Okay, let me give you 2 fucking fire covers right in a row." And we want classic Doom too. This is the Doom we want. This is what, we want, like medieval Latveria Doom. And this is perfect. Please don't mess this up, MCU. But we'll see.
Yeah. There is a trade dress of this, right?
Yes.
Can't wait for the 1 in 25 second print.
Yep.
Yeah. How much is this
With the
going
pink,
for?
with the pink background.
Yeah.
Like 120.
Not too shabby. Another 1 in 100. Moving on. Number 7 this week, Batman issue 158, the Alex Ross Collectors Club box variant, which is just a black and white of the... Was this a lenticular cover back in the day, if I remember correctly?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a lenticular back in the day. And this is a black and white of the same book, which is a famous Alex Ross, cover.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I very well could be, because I don't buy exclusives and I don't really buy anything. But from what I could tell, the only way you could get this was in like a mystery pack or like from Ross. Is that out of the Collectors Club?
Yeah, out of his Collectors Club box.
Like you couldn't buy this directly, right? It had to just come in one of these boxes, right?
Oh, so you only get like a chance. So there's no guarantee that even if you bought the box, you're gonna get this. It's probably
So,
gonna change.
Here's
Like
the
you would
Alex
get
Ross.
Alex Ross covers, but you wouldn't necessarily get this book.
So it's $195 per month.
Per month?
Yes. Each box includes a
Cool.
CGC Signature Series 9/8, an exclusive fine art print, 3 Alex Ross comics, randomly included mystery swag, early access to exclusive prints and variants, and 3 random boxes get a signed original sketch, 3 members each month. So you have a chance at a Alex Ross sketch, which is kind of crazy. And this one came in the box this month. So
I mean, that would be really cool, but I mean, I could see myself maybe doing this once,
yeah.
but I mean, to be like on a, I mean,
Monthly cycle.
$2,400 a year. I
No,
don't
I'm
spend
good.
I don't spend $2,400 a year in comics, or almost anything. Anything.
Is there anybody?
Maybe a car payment.
Is there anybody
Probably
in the
in grading
chat?
fees.
Yeah. Is there anybody in the chat or that are watching this on the replay? Drop a comment in the comment section to let us know. I want to know if you guys are part of the Alex Ross Collectors Club. Let us know what you've received. Anything cool? Here's his sketches. It looks like. So here's an example of one of his sketches.
Ooh, the Alex Ross mystery mail call. When's he gonna do his Hot 10 list?
Hold it. Is that what he looks like?
Who?
Is that him?
No,
Alex
that's not
Ross.
him. That's not him. That's somebody that's won one of his sketches. That's gotten one of his sketches. Yeah, no.
I was like, yeah.
See, no one knows what Alex Ross looks like because he never makes appearances in cons.
I have like I guess I've never seen him, and I guess I have in my mind what I think he should look like. And I was like,
You've never seen Alex Ross?
I don't. When would I have seen him,
bro?
Was that him?
That's him
like
right there.
He's like, that's like my high school science teacher.
Bro, you want to see something really cool about Alex Ross? Check this out. Alex.
He looks like a thumb.
Look at this, bro. This is him. He would take these old pictures of, and that's him right there, getting lighting and getting facial, right? Him and his wife, I think, for the famous Harley Quinn pick or cover. He even did like a Joker face for it. That's Alex Ross right there.
Oh, so he did like, oh, that's pretty cool. So it's like a self-portrait.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart, I guess. Really.
A lot of artists do that. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that for the lighting aspect of it and everything, and how shadows should be in positions, scale.
Man, I wish I was an artist. I wish I could draw anything at all.
Yeah, but it doesn't pay the bills unless you're like.
I wouldn't need to. I would just sit there and draw and I just have art all over my house, just of my own stuff. Just be like, man, I'm so good.
These are some
it
of the
takes up a lot of
sketches.
space.
Look at these sketches, dude. That would be dope having one of these sketches.
If anybody's gone to okay, so look, I'm old. I'm older now, and I've got. Did I just go? Am I there? Hello?
Yeah,
Yep,
you're good.
We can hear you.
That's Alex Ross right there. So that's pretty dope. So. Yeah. Stein drop out and drop back in. So the prints he sends are cool though. Some were signed too. The signed CGC 9/8s are cool, but not real good books. The prints he sends are cool though. Some were signed too. Well, there we go. That's kind of cool. I like that type of shit. Stein, can you hear us? Are you back? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, we can hear you now. Oh,
no.
There he goes.
He'll be back. So 160 to 175 for this, and people paid 195 for it, right? Is that what it is?
I saw 250 in the chat, and it was 200 per month, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so you barely even make your money back then.
Yeah.
But I guess you get to keep all the other cool stuff. Kind of.
Yeah. Spot number 6 this week. Here's our Mark Spears book of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Green Lantern, issue number 22, the Mark Spears 1 in 25, where Hal Jordan has made a monster truck construct. Pretty damn cool.
Did anybody else zoom in on the face of this little bank robber guy? Because I felt when I first I thought it was Joe.
No.
You want to hear something funny? You want to hear something funny about this, dude? That's funny you say that, Stein. He had to change the face on the guy running because they were like, yeah, this looks too much like somebody, and we don't want it to look like that person. So can you change the face? And Mark was like, I don't know who that person is that you're talking about, so I don't even know what he would look like to change it to not look like him. And so they sent them pictures of the person that they thought it looked like, and they told him, just don't make it look like this guy. So Mark had to change the face on him.
Who was the guy that it looked like?
I don't know. I didn't ask. It was somebody that I think like worked in the comics industry or something, and they just were like, it looks too much like him. So,
but look, can you zoom in on this one? It looks like Joe saying "Mama."
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, let me find this.
Mama. That's what it looks like.
So far away, it looks like Jerry Seinfeld.
What issue is this?
22.
22.
The double douche.
Well, that's how you know it's like how Joe and Mark are really good friends. You know.
Yeah.
Mark is starting to sneak Joe into DC covers.
Trying to find a big image for it here. Let's see here. Let's go maybe here. See if this works.
Oh, so technically you could get Spears and Joe to sign the book and have double signature.
Wow, that would be interesting, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's totally Joe.
Mama.
Mama.
Is Joe as the hamburger?
So, by the way, you guys, the construct looks much better when it's not on a green screen, as you guys can see, and that's not even giving it like. I would have to take some of the green screen effect away to show you guys how good it really is. But it's cool to see a monstrous truck construct, though. So, and what is this one selling for?
About 40.
Not too shabby on that. Just came out.
We have
this
our
week also.
special Beyond Wednesdays version of the cover.
Yeah. Moving on to number 5 this week. Star Wars Legacy is back on the Hot 10. We talked about this because of Star Wars Celebration and the new Darth Maul animated series. It looks like that they're bringing in, characters from the Legacy series, and it looks unreal. So I don't know about you guys, but the way I put it is, I love Darth Maul when Darth Maul first showed up. How could you not? He's such a menacing character. He's badass. But I really fell in love with Darth Maul in the Clone Wars cartoons, and the
100.
cartoons. Yeah.
Well, that was the best thing about Phantom Menace.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I can't think of a better lightsaber fight than with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Like, throughout anything. Like,
Yeah.
to me, that's the best lightsaber battle.
Yeah.
If someone else can say something that's better, then prove me wrong in the chat.
There is when it got announced and they showed a character that people are saying it could be Kira, right? So people started going crazy for the Legacy 0, Legacy 1. There's a couple of Legacy books that just shot up all of a sudden. And if you got them, sell these, sell them. Sell these suckers. Now, make your money on them because they're going to fall right back down. They're going to die again if it's not good.
It's crazy. We haven't talked about a Star Wars book in what?
Like 4 years?
Yeah. I mean, there was a few of them. There, like those Ryan Brown 1 in 100s or whatever that looked really good. That sold real well to start with, but then
the Raza
completely fizzled out. But man, it's been a minute since I remember anything old, Dark Horse Star Wars, since it completely just fell off the table. But
I had the Clone Wars Ahsoka on Buy the Dip, first Ahsoka, first Captain Rex.
Yeah,
or maybe.
And I don't know why. I don't know why. Every time I see this cover, and I don't know who the character is in the middle, but I mean,
did he just leave?
His daughter jumped.
Okay.
To the screen.
Well, so Darth Talon, if you guys don't know, Darth Talon is the character that's on the issue 0. She's that badass looking Twi'lek Sith character that's got like the Darth Maul markings. She's on issue 0. She's on issue 1, but this is her first full appearance. So people are going crazy for all of her stuff. And this was a cool series when it came out. I remember reading the hell out of this series. It was really good, and it lasted a long time. So,
reminds you of Screech.
Yeah, it just reminds me. I think it's the hair.
Dustin Diamond.
Yeah,
that's the main character. That's Cade Skywalker right there. He's a Skywalker. He's a Skywalker relative.
Cade's kind of a dork.
He's actually pretty badass in it, to be honest. But he does look kind of goofy there. This is not one of Adam Hughes' greatest covers, but he did covers for like the first 8 issues of this, and they're 90% of them are awesome. So
I always feel like the only Star Wars book we were repeatedly talking about was the Galaxy Edge Disney Engineer book or whatever, or Imagineer.
That's like way down, way down.
Right, and I figure it's just like people that like work for Disney or whatever that have them, the Imagineers or whatever they're called. Like they probably found out like, oh, this book is worth money, and you know how like when you work for a company like that, where it's like kind of like, oh, did you hear Bill sold that comic for $5,000? Oh, I could use that money, and then then just kind of more and more to show up or whatever.
So, if they're gonna start farming characters from some of these series, and Darth Talon's one of them, I'm all for it. Let's do it. So 9/8's back up to what, 100, 125 on this?
Yep, 125 on this. They had dropped all the way down to like 70. They had been like $75, But I think they'd even dropped, I think maybe a few months ago, you could have probably got it for like $50 or $60 for 9/8 of those.
Yeah. I like the number 1, 2nd, and 3rd prints too. Be on the lookout for those ones. And there is some newsstands for these too. All right. Moving on to number 4 this week. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Roadblock, Silent Mission, one shot. And this has the foil 1 in 25 letter variant. And this is one of the cooler of the letter variants, in my opinion. How it's got his machine gun kind of pointing out. Almost looks 3D. I think that's kind of dope.
Yeah, there's only one letter left. It's the O now.
Yeah.
You mean the E?
Well, the E coming, but this is the O. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did see like a photo where people are selling the whole set, and it does look pretty when you set them right next to each other. It does look kind of cool.
That's cool.
But I mean, how would you display that?
So there's like comic frames that they make where you can put them all like where it holds 5 books like on the wall, and then you slide each one in.
And you can put them right next to each other.
Yeah, there's some that like where they don't have like gaps in between. So I see like there's certain like comic frames that make that.
Definitely
most
can't
of
do
them
it
are
if
like
you're graded
comics.
though.
Yeah, and they make them for slabs too. But then like with the slabs, you'll have those gaps, right?
Mm-hmm. Which sucks. But people will be collecting this series for a long time to come.
Oh, there's no exclamation point at the end for its own cover.
That's a great question. That's a great question.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't think they're doing one, but maybe they do something special. You never know. So
or like a star or something like that.
Yeah. This one's selling for 50 plus on the secondary market. So, and it's kind of running with. I mean, it's selling for a little bit more than some of the other ones, but the other ones have been on the list every week they come out, if I'm not mistaken. Spirit was on it last week, I think. So,
how much are people asking for like the full connecting sets?
That's a great question.
G-I-J-O. So is there 5? Somebody said a colon. Is there a colon one? I don't know. Or periods or what? I don't know. That's a good question.
Let's see here. I don't see anybody selling them.
Don't forget A Real American Hero.
Yeah, I don't see any sets. I don't see anybody pre-selling them, but they're selling for about $60 a piece, like on the older ones right now. So they're still holding some value.
So it could be like a $300, $400 set, basically.
Yeah. Be on the lookout.
Kind of pricey.
Yeah. So, all right, number 3 this week. Everybody's talking about the Fantastic Four movie, and Shia LaBeouf is a big, big part of that. And, you know, I'm sure we're going to hear about this a couple of times until the movie's out. Here it is back on the list. Earth X number 12. First cover and first appearance of Shia LaBeouf in the as Silver Surfer.
9/8 were about 2.25. Now they're 300. It still seems like a big dollar amount to me, but I can't imagine spending $300 on this. I don't even know how to say it.
If you have it, sell it now. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. Don't wait for anything else. Sell it now.
Sell.
Yeah, it feels like it, right? Like it feels like there's no chance that 2 years from now that this is a $300 book, right?
Oh, hell no. Like the fact that people are buying them, like that would instantly get me off my ass to, you know, if I had this. So if you listen to Richie back in the day for Buy the Dip, like this is your opportunity to on the come up.
Yep. Foil reprint incoming, says Real Fake. You could get some pretty dope Silver Surfer Silver Age keys for $300. You know what I mean? Like some really dope
Oh,
old school.
dude, I during C2E2, I was considering buying another Fantastic Four 50.
Yeah,
Wait,
50 and 49.
Yeah, because it was like I think like a 4.5 was around that price, like 300 or something like that, maybe a little bit more. And I was actively sitting there like, do I want another copy?
Yeah.
But anyway, it was going down a grade, so I was like kind of like, or half a grade, because I have a 5, and it was like considering buying a 4.5 or something like that.
Well,
And it's like kind of like I would like to go the other way.
I think we're gonna get very little Shala Ball, Silver Surfer in this movie. I think it's just gonna be the first quarter of the movie. You know, Galactus shows up in their timeline, destroys their timeline. They jump out and they end up in the 616, and they're kind of just chilling, hiding. And then you'll probably see, you know, at the end of Doomsday or something, the real Nornrad's gonna show up. And
there's only a handful of 9/8s, you say? I want to look at the census right now.
Of this book, there's only a handful of 9/8s?
I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's the book was printed pretty heavy back in the day, in a major way.
Let's see. Let me just search Earth X.
Earth X number 12.
Yeah. When I put the issue number through it all, there's 63 9/8s.
Yeah.
108 graded.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot graded, but I mean, that still doesn't mean anything.
There's
That's
a ton
crazy
of these
that
out
only-
there.
Yeah, that's crazy that only about 108 have been graded. But
Well,
that's a pretty high percentage of 9/8s, though. 63 out of 108.
Yeah, it's 63 9/8s.
And think about this book was never a gradable book until, you know, 6
Until,
months
like,
ago.
the last 3
yeah,
years.
yeah. Like this book was. Why are you grading that? It's not Kingdom Come. All right.
I want 9/8s as the entire set. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hey, Alex Ross fans. I think that's a cool thing to do. All right, moving on to number 2 spot this week. One of the biggest books that people have been waiting for. Another artist showing that he still got it. I still got it. Mike Mayhew's like, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you how good of an artist I am. You know, people out there doubting me. If there's any doubters out there, Mike Mayhew lays down a Carnage 1 in 25 variant for the ages. Eddie Brock Carnage number 3. Mike Mayhew variant. That is freaking a monster.
Oh, sweet. I bought one of these.
Damn.
Did you?
Yeah, I bought one from like one of those online retailers that pre-sells ratios for cheap, or for like ratio. I got the email that it's being mailed, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. They're definitely doing a 1 in 25 second print of this. 100%.
Yeah, without the trade dress.
Totally. And the barcode and the Marvel number 3, it's totally going to be a virgin 1 in 25.
It's
I hope
pretty
not.
sick. It's a sick cover.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, if it hadn't have been on the list, this may have been the woe cover of the week. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I don't think my wife would like this, but it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
No, I mean, even if this book wasn't going to make the list or whatever, I thought it was a brutal cover and it was awesome. So I was like, kind of like, I have to have it.
Agree. It's a good one.
I'm pretty sure Mel was saying like candidate of the year.
This is a cover of the year candidate. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So it's dope. $70 $70 on the secondary market raw.
Yep, and a bunch of sales.
A bunch.
Bunch of sales. But it is I 6-7 years ago I thought Mayhew was awesome, and then he just, I don't know what drawing shoes. And I don't know what he started doing. But,
Oh shit! I bought 2 copies of this. Hell yeah!
Because you were gonna send one to me, right?
Send one to eBay.
So it's good to see Mayhew back. I will say that.
Well, it's better than seeing shoes.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Number 1 book of the week, ladies and gentlemen. This one threw a lot of people for a loop. Superman Day 2025, the All-Star Superman Special, issue number 1, the Warner Brothers Studio Tour variant. Did you do any research on this? I couldn't. What's going on with this? Was this given just to people who were on a tour at Warner Brothers that day?
I'm not sure how it was distributed. That's kind of the thought that I was thinking as well. Because it wasn't like listed as like on the big retailers' websites or anything for sale. So I'm guessing that it had to have come straight from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it was it sounds like it was an event, maybe at Warner Brothers.
From what I could tell from the sales, they are saying that it's limited to 1938, which is what the year Superman came out, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for Action Comics one.
Yeah. So they're saying that it's limited to 1938.
Is Superman Day the release of Action Comics 1?
Probably.
Okay.
Most likely.
Tom says when you do the tour, you can buy one in the shop at the end of the tour.
There you go. Is this in Burbank or is this at Warner Brothers Studio? What is it? The regular Warner Brother or not? Am I thinking something different?
You're talking about Universal?
Yeah, Universal Studios.
That's in Orlando.
Okay.
But I was thinking Burbank. This has Burbank vibes to it.
Yeah. A DC thing. Here you go. Warner Brothers Studio Tour. Hollywood offers Superman-themed studio tour to celebrate Superman Day. In celebration of Superman Day, Warner Brothers Studio Tour Hollywood invites guests to embark on a Superman-themed studio tour as part of a special one-day event centered around Superman. The Superman-themed studio tour will take guests across historic Warner Brothers 110-acre backlot, offering a look at iconic sets, the creative process behind bringing DC's legendary storytelling to life, and a chance for fans to test their knowledge in DC's themed trivia. So there you go. I wonder if it's worth going and checking out and seeing if they have any more available to them. Let's see here. Shopping. Warner Brothers Studio Tour. Is it available? Is it available?
Yeah, right.
Damn.
Heroic Comics. Oh, it just previews what you can get at the store.
Yeah, maybe. Wow. Well, there you go. That's a cool cover, though. Yeah, a really cool cover.
I love this cover. It looks, because it has the same look as the All-Star Superman.
Number 1. Yep.
Yeah, it just captures something about it.
Yep. Grant Morrison's coming back to write something with Batman too, which is interesting. So
I think my dog would be jealous of this cover if I bought it.
D, shout out Comics and Sneakers in the UK. He says they did a Batman tour like this in the UK. That's interesting. I wonder if they did a comic for it too.
They don't do tours like that in Ohio.
Nope. No.
What about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, they don't really have comics for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I don't think.
Oh, I meant like
tours?
Since you would think that they would have like something themed with
but I'm not going up to Cleveland.
That's true. I mean, neither am I. So
Cleveland sucks.
Oh, so it doesn't rock. Drew Carey lied to me, is what you're telling me?
He did.
That's fine.
It sounds like there is a lot of comics that you're able to maybe buy at the end of that tour, which is very interesting. Maybe somebody might want to take a flyer and go check it out, and I don't know how much it is to do that tour, but it might be advantageous for you to go check right now, because if there's 1,938 of them, that's a lot.
Team Moa said that next year there'll be a Supergirl worm. Is that true?
I imagine so, because that Supergirl movie is coming out. Did you guys see the shots? There's these big shots of the whole set, and Lobo is fighting somebody. Have you guys seen those? It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It's from really far away, and you see Momoa as Lobo, like fighting, and he's like throwing something at him, and it looks like it's a big chain he's pulling back, and it's supposed to be put in through CG and stuff. It looked really cool and really cool. So I'm looking forward to the Supergirl stuff, especially now that Lobo's in it. I do want to talk about one book that everybody was talking about this week. The Lobos 1 in 100 Amazing Spider-Man Black Cat book. Did you see any big movement on that book, Stein? No.
Nope.
No. There's a lot of them out there, I imagine. But man, that's another cover of the year candidate for sure. Just one of Pablo's very best covers. So
yeah, that was the 1 in 100, right? It was. Yeah. I think from what I saw, it was selling for like just below ratio.
Yeah.
Is Zabit's comment true in the chat?
They found out the Lobo photos were AI. Which Lobo photos? I don't know if I've seen Lobo photos.
You said for the Supergirl?
Yeah, but that was a movie. That was like a video. It was a whole video. You could see the whole set, and it's like from a crane camera, so it's really far away, and Jason Momoa is really small in it, but you can see him doing stuff. I haven't seen the one with him on the bike.
The AI photos, I would think, would be the Spawn photos or whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw those Spawn ones.
Yeah, where like that, whatever that Instagram is, like, and then it has an article in the bio, and it's that Hollywood Reporter article talking about Blumhouse getting Spawn in like 2022 or something like that, or 2021. Like, it's a really old article.
Yeah.
I freaking hate AI.
Let me see if I can show you guys this video of the Lobo stuff.
I don't like the direction of where AI is going.
Oh, our work is even. Our work is even like utilizing it, and I refuse. They're like, you need to use it to make your letters more professional. I'm like, nope. If I can't write a professional letter myself, then I can't write a professional letter. I'm not using AI.
Yeah, see, I still write all my own letters and responses and stuff like that, and then there's a lot of people at my job also using like ChatGPT or whatever to formulate their responses, so it doesn't step on people's toes or blah 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 blah. But now it just sounds robotic and like you don't give a shit or know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. So some guy swinging his arm.
Well, that's Momoa, it looks like. And this is, by the way, the original video is even further back, so they're really in close on him. And
Momoa or Terry Crews?
No, that looks like Momoa.
I'm just joking around.
Sad Bastard says, "How did it go from Lobo to Lobos?" Lol. Yeah, that's pretty normal. I can see that. So, great show tonight, gents. Shout out to everybody that's enjoying themselves out at Huntsville. Let us know if you're going. Take lots of picture and videos for us. We want to see it. We want to hear about it. And big congratulations to a couple people tonight. Big congrats to Mark Spears for the amazing event. And I think now he finally realizes that you know, he's in this game. I mean, this is real, you know. I think that up until this point, he's kind of been like, you know, he didn't realize how real it was until he saw that line out the door.
I'm sure like any kind of like artist that kind of has that kind of big huge breakthrough like isn't ever sure like what their first like big convention's gonna be like. I like just imagine like someone like even like Peach Momoko, you know, she was working the con circuit for years and years, and then now when she shows up to a con, people fight in front of her booth. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's a bad example, but I mean, that's how busy it gets, though, right?
Yes. All right. Our second person that I want to give a big shout out to tonight is a longtime homie of the House of Stein Hot 10 crew and Beyond Wednesdays crew. Big shout out to our boy Solo Wookie. Check this out.
Well, about 24 hours. I should be on the road back to Arizona. It's been a fun adventure. I think I'm finally done. I think I finally got everything solidified and logged up after just a little bit tomorrow. And today's 15 years sober. So 15 years. Been a long, hard 15 years, and I'm grateful for every day.
Shout out to our boy Solo Wookie on 15 years of sobriety, man. That's a big deal.
Yeah, congrats. That's huge.
Yeah.
That is a big deal, my friend. So much love to you, brother. Stein, what do you say?
See ya.
All right, starting off with our Golden Age honorable mention, Roly Poly Comics number 14 had a big sale. A CGC 3.5 sold for $7,800 on the secondary market. Second all-time highest sale for this book. Crazy cover. Take a double take look at that for a second. All right, our regular honorable mention this week, Cry for Dawn, issue number 1. Classic Wizard magazine book, classic 1990s bad girl book, maybe the one that started it all. First appearance of Dawn, Joseph Michael Linsner on this one, had an all-time high in CGC 98 of $1,500. What an awesome book. At number 10, Magic, issue number 4, the Rose Besh Virgin 1 in 100 variant came out this week. This one's selling for $110 plus on the secondary market. At number 9, another new book this week, Moonshine Bigfoot, issue number 1. This is the 1 in 10 Zach Howard variant. Looks very interesting. Gonna keep an eye on this one. Selling for $20 raw, secondary market. At number 8, One World Under Doom, issue number 3, the Del Auto Virgin 1 in 100. Del Auto back on top with this amazing cover. $120 raw on the secondary market for this new book out this week. At number 7, Batman issue 158, Alex Ross Collector Club box raw, selling for $160 to $175. This was, I guess, put in his $200 a month Collector Club boxes out this March. This recent Collector's Club box. Green Lantern number 22, Mark Spears 1 in 25 variant. Hal Jordan with a monster truck construct, selling for $40 raw, also out this week. At number 5, Star Wars Legacy issue number 2 with the Star Wars Celebration news and a Darth Maul animated series coming. First appearance and origin of Darth Talon in this one. CGC 9/8 are selling for a decent amount again at $125 plus. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Roadblock, issue number 1, foil letter 1 in 25. Another new one. This one came out this week, $50 plus on this cover. At number 3, Earth X, issue number 12. First Shala Ball as Silver Surfer, also first cover. CGC 9/8 back at $300. And number 2, Eddie Brock Carnage, issue number 3. Mike Mayhew, 1 in 25. This one also out this week. Big book here. Raw's at 70 plus, tons of sales. And at number 1, Superman Day 2025 All-Star Superman Special variant for the Warner Brothers Studio Tour, limited to 1,938 copies, selling for $220 to $250 raw. This has been the House of Stein Hot 10 show for the week of April 25th, 2025. See you next time. Adios.